Usually when an actor is sick or has had an accident, other actors right away, they volunteer to go on and replace them.
For most of his life, Red Skelton never needed flashy jokes or clever punchlines to make people laugh. A single look, a well-timed pause, or the way he moved across a stage was enough to fill an entire room with joy. That natural gift made him one of the most beloved entertainers in American history. Yet near the end of his television career, Red created a final special that quietly disappeared, not because audiences stopped loving him, but because television itself had changed. To understand why that final chapter mattered so much, you have to look back at the long road that shaped him. Red Skelton was born Richard Bernard Ehart on July 18, 1913, in a small town in Indiana. His life began with loss, as his father died just 2 months before he was born. Money was scarce, and his mother worked multiple jobs to keep the family afloat. By the age of 7, Richard was already working, selling newspapers on the street. Even then, he discovered that humor could turn struggle into survival. People often bought papers just to hear him stop talking, because his playful voice and energy made them laugh. A single moment changed everything. A traveling performer noticed the young newsboy and invited him backstage at a theater. That brief encounter showed Richard that making people smile could be more than a trick, it could be a life. From that point on, he chased every stage he could find. He worked on showboats, tried serious acting, failed often, and learned that his mistakes were sometimes funnier than planned jokes. When a stage mishap caused an audience to erupt with laughter, Red understood that comedy lived in honesty and surprise. As a teenager, he joined traveling shows and medicine acts, learning how to read crowds and survive on the road. One accidental fall off a stage became part of his act and earned him real attention. He sent every dollar home, believing laughter was not just entertainment but a responsibility. During these years, he met Edna Stillwell, who became his wife, his writer, and his strongest supporter. She helped shape his material, managed his career, and even helped him finish his education. His breakthrough came with simple routines built on observation, especially the famous donut dunking act, where he mimicked how people ate donuts. That routine carried him to major theaters, the White House, and eventually Hollywood. Film studios noticed his physical comedy, and soon he was starring in movies throughout the 1940s. But even as he succeeded on screen, Red felt limited. Radio and television gave him more freedom, and when television finally welcomed him, he became a household name. The Red Skelton Show ran for nearly 20 years and created unforgettable characters that audiences still remember today. Yet in the early 1970s, changing network priorities pushed him aside. His show was canceled despite strong ratings, leaving him heartbroken. Personal tragedy followed, including the loss of his son and later his former wife. Still, Red never fully walked away from performing. He returned through specials, live shows, and even painting, finding peace in creativity. Red Skelton passed away in 1997, but his legacy never faded. He achieved exactly what he always wanted, not to be called the greatest, but to be known as a clown, someone who could make people laugh when they needed it most. If you enjoyed this deep look into Red Skelton's life and legacy, subscribe to Hollywood Bulletin, hit the bell icon, and stay with us for more unforgettable stories from the heart of entertainment history.